city that you come
Oh, Bolton, Missouri, Callaway.
from? Very good. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Can I add anything to my witness statement?
You can, during your 3 minutes, you can say anything you want. You can
Okay.
add things, subtract things, you just have to do it in 3 minutes,
Okay, thank you.
which will begin right now.
Currently, there's already a federal regulation in place to keep firearms out of the hands of the mentally ill. And federal law says that someone must be involuntarily committed to a mental health facility or in some other way involving due process be adjudicated mentally incompetent. Adding this requirement or disallowing doctors from asking people about their firearm ownership keeps due process in the this whole idea. I believe this bill should have been passed last year, and I generally agree with the other witnesses who have spoken for this bill.
Very good. People might take note of how quickly you did that. We have questions. Senator Machine.
Inquire.
Go ahead.
Do you know how many killings we've had within the last 5 years due to firearms?
No, I do not.
You heard of the one we just had last week at the mall, right? And then the Newton case?
In Maryland?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't follow any of this stuff?
I do. I don't know an exact number, though. I mean, to say I've heard.
But you have followed cases throughout this country within the last 5 years where you had mass murders
Yes.
due to firearms? And do you think it had anything to do with mental illness at all?
Yes, generally.
Okay, so how can we deal with that issue? How can we deal with, I mean, just from your perspective, how can we deal with the whole mental illness side of the firearm argument?
I believe that really people's families should be keeping an eye on people that they know may have some issue and making sure that their issues don't get out of hand.
What about if a doctor knows that, you know, that individual is dealing with what is off sync with his medicine or whatnot, and he knows that that person has a conceal and carry? Do you think that 9 times out of 10 he would probably be able to stop a mass killing if he knows that that individual is not taking his medicine and he owns weapons?
I
And he
believe.
could reach out to the family and say, look, we notice he's not taking his medicine, let's get the firearms away from him.
I believe there's some way that could be handled without infringing someone's right to bear arms and due process.
Thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions for this witness? All right, thank you, sir. If you would leave your witness form there for us to collect up, we would appreciate it. And then the next person who's going to be speaking in favor can